Walk into any modern office and you'll find a strange contradiction. Companies are buying up enterprise AI tools, but while individual employees are getting incredibly efficient, the overall intelligence of the organization is staying completely flat. We can trace this stagnation directly back to how people use the technology. Employees are quietly asking chatbots to reason through tricky customer issues, rewrite emails, or summarize massive documents, all inside entirely private browser tabs. A brilliant prompt disappears into one person's chat history the moment they close the window. The exact same workflow that an operator nailed on Tuesday gets reinvented from scratch by a new hire on Thursday, simply because nobody told them it existed. Because of these hidden habits, the business ends up paying a steep, invisible tax. You're paying for your team to rediscover the exact same lessons over and over again. For most of human history, the way we passed down complex skills was straightforward. Junior workers learned their craft by standing physically near the masters and watching them work. On a busy manufacturing floor, problem-solving happens right out in the open. You can watch how an experienced machinist frames a problem, notice exactly what they choose to ignore, and pick up tiny tactile adjustments that never make it into a training manual. Today, that valuable real-time thinking has vanished from the physical office space. Instead, a senior engineer's entire trial and error process with a language model happens offstage, locked inside a black box. A junior developer never gets to watch their manager instruct an agent. They never see how an experienced operator verifies a borderline answer, or the specific correction that turns a generic output into a reliable workflow. Everyone is left alone with their model. This creates what we can call the apprenticeship gap, and as more of our daily thinking moves into hidden chat windows, it actively erodes how the next generation learns to do the work. To see a practical fix, we can look at how one specific developer operates at Shopify. Their internal coding agent goes by the name River. During a single week this spring, River opened 1,800 pull requests in the company's main code repository. Today, about 1 in every 8 merged pull requests at Shopify comes from this AI agent. But the reason River is so effective has little to do with its raw coding ability. At Shopify, you cannot send a direct message to River under any circumstances. Every single conversation an engineer has with this agent must happen in a fully public channel. Thousands of other employees can scroll back through the thread and watch the entire process unfold. These thousands of weekly pull requests are the result of a single social constraint. By forcing all interactions into public view, Shopify ensures that the agent's work also serves as a real-time lesson for every observer. Raw transcripts create useless noise. You must expose 4 parts: the task, what the human was trying to accomplish; context, the background data fed to the AI; interaction, the messy back-and-forth pushback; and review, what the human ultimately accepted or manually rewrote. When you make these steps visible, you stop teaching people to copy and paste static prompts. Instead, you build a sense of shared taste, teaching junior employees how to actively judge and critique the output they get from the machine. The immediate hurdle to sharing all this interaction is privacy. If you tell an entire company that every single AI chat is suddenly public, a huge portion of your staff will simply stop using the tools to protect sensitive information. The solution to this is setting up declared spaces. You draw clear boundaries, acknowledging that while HR records and legal strategies must stay locked down, other specific workflows belong in the open. A sales team gets a dedicated channel where they use an agent to summarize client calls, with all customer-sensitive details stripped out first. An engineering team gets a public workbench strictly for testing non-sensitive bugs. Regulatory compliance absolutely dictates how we handle data, but we cannot let privacy rules turn into a blanket excuse that stops an organization from learning collectively. Making this shift reveals a difficult truth. Right now, the most valuable and secretive AI work is being done offstage by senior leaders who use agents to pressure test launch plans or identify risks in a strategy deck without telling anyone. At Shopify, CEO Toby Lutke actively models a different approach. He considers himself an individual contributor and deliberately wrestles with River in an open channel, allowing any employee to watch his agent interactions and critique his choices. This top-down visibility is a tool for socialization. When a CEO wrestles with a model in public, it demonstrates that effective AI work is a high-stakes act of supervision. If you want your organization to actually compound its intelligence, the hidden hoarding has to end. You have to implement the creative, binding constraints that pull your team's AI workflows out of the dark and into the light.